Joy, are you trying to turn the yam into stone? Stir it faster. The royal talking drums have already started beating all the way from the palace square. Mummy, just look at her. She smells completely like firewood and smoke. Can you imagine if she even tried to step 1 foot near the festival grounds today? The festival guards would send her straight back to the farm. Leave her there, girl. Today is strictly for honored guests and wealthy traders, not for kitchen helpers. When Prince Chika sets his royal eyes on us, we would become princesses.
Safe journey to you, Ma. I will finish scrubbing the courtyard. I will fetch water and wash all the pots before you return.
Listen to me very carefully, young lady. You will stay locked inside this compound. Do not even dream of sneaking out to the square to watch the festivities. If I return and find a single grain of dust out of place, I will deal with you. Come along, my darlings. Prince Chika is waiting. Nne, Biko, let me even ask you. Are you not going for this big festival at the palace square? Everyone and their mother is already heading there. Festival? Ngozi, you know who is currently keeping watch over me? Madam Ginika made sure I was locked firmly inside the compound before she left. My own festival today is right inside that hot kitchen. Tufiakwa, must you always be a prisoner? That woman and her wickedness, Sef. Nnem, you need to open your eyes. Did you not hear the way people are talking about Prince Chika? I heard them. They say he is looking for a wife among the maidens. Imagine if you just walk into that and Prince Chika catches a glimpse of your heart. No more firewood, no more pounding yam for ungrateful people. Winning the heart of a prince? Ngozi, you have started with your village stories again. Look, we will finish fetching this water, rush back, and find a way to sneak you out of that compound.
Ngozi, are you sure about this? If Madam Ginika returns early and catches us, she would throw me out of the compound completely.
Let her return. By the time she gets back, you will already be there turning heads. Now, lift your chin. Stop shaking.
Where is too fine for me to touch.
Do not worry about where it came from. What matters is that today, my friend steps out looking like true royal.
So guys, if you want to learn how to create that particular video that you just finished watching, then in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the steps involved in creating that type of video. So if you want to learn how to create AI videos, then this video is for you. Remember in our last video, I told you the requirements to create AI videos and I also started the steps. So in this video, we're going to be continuing from there. But because of the new people that we have watching this video, I'm just going to be going over what we talked about in the last video. First of all, in order to create AI videos, we need some certain things. Do you understand? And the first thing we're going to be working with is the Google account, which is your Gmail. So before you start creating your AI videos, first of all, you need to have a Gmail. You need to have up to 4 Gmails because these Gmails is what we're going to be using to log into the website we are going to be using to create these videos. So if you don't have a Gmail right now, you can head over to your Google account and create a Gmail first of all. So after creating a Gmail, then you are good to go. Create up to 4 Gmails. Do you understand? So that you can maximize the credits, the free credit that Flow AI is going to give you. Then the next thing we're going to be working with is how to generate our stories. This one is very important because a good story is what is going to catch the attention of viewers and is what's going to give you the engagement, views, and even the income that you are looking for. So in order to have a good storyline, this is exactly the step you are going to follow. Okay, so watch this video to the very end in order to get this particular thing very, very well. So in order to start a story, for example, you need to have an idea of the type of story that you want to create. For example, if I want to create a story of a girl that lost her mother, but her mother's ghost is always appearing to her and telling her what will happen in the future, that's the type of storyline I want. I already have a story now. So what I'm going to do is to head over to my AI app, whether it is Gemini or ChatGPT or Claude AI, any AI that you use to ask questions. Yeah, that's what I mean. So you go over to your Google Gemini app and then you type that it should give you a story, a scary story. Yes, that's the concept of story we want to create. So it should give you a scary story of a girl that lost her mother, but then her mother always appears in her room to tell her exactly what will happen maybe the next day or the upper day, something like that. So after typing this, you send it to Gemini and it's going to give you an output, then to give you a story idea. If you don't like the idea it gives you, you can still tell it to change the story again and it's going to change, just give you exactly what you want until you like whatever type of story it gives you. If you like the story that it gives you, that is when we're going to move over to the next step, which is generating our characters. Now, the characters are the people that are involved in your story. That is the girl, her grandmother, maybe the girl's friends, the girl's father. All these people are the characters because they are going to work in the story. So what you are going to do right now to generate a character is to go back to your ChatGPT or your Gemini app and type that you prompt the AI to give you the character prompts for this particular story. So it should give you a detailed character prompt. Yes, we need a detailed character prompt in order to ensure that our characters remain consistent throughout our video. You understand? We don't want a particular situation where our character today is fair. Maybe in our next episode, our character will be dark and she'll have bigger eyes. No, we want everything to be the same. So that is why we're going to be working on our character prompts very well. In another video, I'm going to be explaining how to maintain character consistency. But for the sake of this video, let's just stop here and continue. So then, after it has given you a character prompt, the next thing we want is a script for our story. And for us to script our story, first of all, we need to be starting with a scene one. That is the beginning of your story. And I always advise people to make sure that the beginning of their story is very captivating, it's very exciting or triggering, or it should just be something unusual that will make people want to stay and watch your video. The first 3 seconds of your video is very, very important. So, and we want to grab that attention in that first 3 seconds. So make sure that whatever thing you're starting your story with is very, very interesting or important, or something that is wowing, so people would stay and watch your story. Good. So what we are going to do is to generate our scene one. Yeah, whatever thing you want to happen in scene one, this is where you are going to prompt it in. So you're going to head over to your Gemini or your ChatGPT and type. You are going to type exactly what I'm telling you now. So you can just save, screenshot this particular part or save it somewhere. So you're going to type, write the script of scene one, add the settings, the character prompts, the actions, and the conversation in either 3D pixel style or photorealistic style. So you will choose which one you want to work with, whether it is 3D pixel. 3D pixel style is the one that has to do with cartoon stuff, like, while photorealistic style is real human beings that will be in your stories, like how human beings are. Exactly, that's how it will be in your story. So I mostly work with the 3D pixel cartoon style, but if you want to work with the real human being style, then just put photorealistic style and to generate that for you. Then when you click on the send, it is going to give you the settings of your story. The setting is the actual place your story took place. That is where that particular scene is taken. For example, if that particular scene is happening in the girl's bedroom, then the settings would be the bedroom of a 21-year-old girl. Maybe there's a master bed in the bedroom. The bedroom is painted white and she's sitting on the bed. That is the setting because that's where that scene will take place. Then the next thing it's going to give you is the character prompt. Now, the character prompt is explaining what your character, how your character looks. It's describing your character. For example, this is a 20-year-old girl. She is carrying she's carrying cornrows hairstyle. She is fair in complexion and her eyes is this, her that is that. She's wearing a pink nightwear or a pink gown, something like that. Just describe her. That's how your character prompt would be. Then the next thing after your character prompt should be the actions and conversation in your story. Do you understand? So in this particular place, that is where your story starts. Under this action and conversation, you are going to see, okay, the girl stands up from her bed, walks towards the table, carries her phone, and then she types on her phone. Then she says, wow, oh my God, how did this happen? That wow, oh my God, how did this happen is the conversation. That will be under the conversation. So the action is when she stands up from her bed, moves, carries her phone, while the conversation is when she says something. So this is our script now for the story. Now, how to actually generate this story? That is where the main work is. So what you're going to do now is to head over to your browser, either your Google browser or the Safari browser or any browser that you work with. Do you understand? Just head over there and you search for flow.google. You can also search for Flow AI. It's going to bring out a lot of AIs for you. It's just for you to realize the one that is actually Flow AI. But in order not to waste your time on something like that, just search for flow.google and then to just take you directly to the Flow website. Then when you come to the Flow website, you're going to see Create with Google on your screen. Click on that and it will take you to an interface where you have to select which Google account you want to use. Remember, they give free 50 credits for each Google account. And we are going to be making use of multiple Google accounts so that we can be able to generate a longer story. With only one Google account, you can generate like a 32 seconds story, because generate 4 different stories videos in one account. That's only 32 seconds. And we want a longer story because maybe 32 seconds might not carry everything you want to be in your story. So that's why I'm going to be making use of different Google accounts. So after selecting your Google account, it will now take you to the Google Flow interface. Now you can start generating your images and your videos. Now, the first thing we're going to be doing after getting into the Flow AI interface is to generate our image first of all. And to generate your image, you will have to go back to your app. That is any AI you use to generate your scripts, whether it is ChatGPT or Gemini. Now you go over to that place, then you copy. This is what you're going to copy. You're going to copy only the settings and the character prompts alone in order to generate your image. Do you understand? Only the settings and character prompts and maybe some of the actions. Don't copy conversation because it's only image we're generating. When you want to generate your video, then you can add the conversations to whatever thing you're copying. So just copy on the settings, character prompts, and then the actions. Then you head over to Flow AI interface, and then whatever thing you copied there, you just paste it on your Flow AI and change the video section to image, and you can select how many images you want to generate. I'll advise to always generate multiple images so you can choose the one that would best suit you. You understand? So you can click on maybe 3 images or 4 images, but image generation is free, so you don't need to panic about how many images you're generating. Then after clicking on that, you paste your prompt and then click on send. It's going to generate the image for you. And after generating image, you can analyze the image to see the one you like. Anyone you like, that is the one we're going to be using to generate our video. So if you have selected the particular image that best describes your story, then you click on download or you save the image. Now, in order to generate that particular scene, the video scene of that with that particular image, this is what you're going to do. You go back to your ChatGPT or your Gemini, then you copy your settings again, character prompts again, actions, and then you add small of the conversation. Remember that the Flow AI can only generate either 4 seconds, 6 seconds, 8 seconds, or 10-second video. So don't add a lot of conversation to it. If not, it's not even be able to finish generating it. It's just say the only things that can contain that 10 seconds, and that's where it will stop. So in order to maximize your listening, just make sure you're copying only a little conversation. Just use your brain and copy only little conversation. Then you go back to your Flow AI. Now we are working with that particular image received. So you are going to paste that prompt, the particular prompt you copied just now, that's including your conversation. You paste it on your Flow AI, and then you add that photo that you're going to be using. The previous photo you selected, the perfect photo that you wanted to use to generate your image, that's the one that Flow AI generated. You just add it to your prompt, and then you click on send. Or you can choose, first of all, before clicking on send, first of all, just choose the number of videos you want to generate. There's a place, I'm going to show you a screenshot now on my screen. Just click on that place, and then you would see where you can change from image to video. Then from 916 dimension, that's the portrait dimension, to the landscape. So just change all of that depending on the type of video you are trying to create, whether the video is for TikTok or the video is for YouTube. You understand? Just select all that and change the number of videos you're going to be generating, whether 1 video, 2 videos, 3 videos. If you choose 1 video, to generate only 1 video with that prompt. If you choose 2 videos, that same prompt to generate 2 different videos but in different angles and styles, then you pick the one you want. It's exactly the same prompt to follow, but you just like to generate 2 different videos for you, and then you choose the one you want to generate. If you choose 3, to generate 3 different videos for you. So that's just how it is. And then um you send your prompt to it, then it will generate your video for you. And that is how you can have this particular scene. Remember, a scene is only 8 seconds, so you have to generate up to like 10 scenes, 20 scenes in order to have a longer video. So I'm going to be continuing this particular series in another video. In another video, we're going to be talking about how to maintain our character consistency. See you there. Bye.